Hello everyone. This will be kind of like the final update on the bubbler system frags. Like I said, the only one that I didn't really see any improvement or any real pushing was the Cavachii, but that could be only because like I said in the video earlier, was they like a little bit more of a alkaline mix, I guess, and these frags like a little bit more acidic, so that could be why it's not really performing to my expectation with the bubbler system, or I don't know. But for the most part, any frags, they do fairly well in the bubbler system with the increased oxygen in their root system. I guess that could also be achieved by a chunkier mix, but because I know that the frags like lots of water, I just feel like it's a little bit redundant to have a chunky mix and then something that just likes water, but we'll see what happens. So let's start with this one. This one's starting to push its spike too. This is Phragmipedium, I believe, Eric Young? Yeah, Eric Young. Let me see, am I in frame? Yeah, okay. I do have a little extra large lava here. I am gonna mix just a hair bit of that into each pot. I'm also gonna switch out these pots here. These have no holes on to ones with slits on the sides, because now that they're no longer in the oxygenated water, I'm gonna need a little bit more natural oxygen giving processes. Now this one had no roots when I got it, and we got all these lovely root tips. This has been in there. I mean, this isn't like an amazing root system or nothing, but this is a lot better than these roots. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I believe this one, or no, that's my Sorcerer's Apprentice. This one, I think this one had a fairly decent, I'll have to go back and check, but it has good roots, good root tips now, good growing tips, so, oops, let's not break anything. So I'm happy with that. And I'll put a few of these large chunks in the bottom, and then just a few in the actual media too, just to facilitate a little bit more airiness. But like I said, I grow mine wet, so I don't really need it to be too airy. I just want it to give a little bit extra oxygen just in case. So I'll put that down inside and just fill around. And a lot of people have actually been asking me, when do you know when the right time to take these things out of the bubbler system? They could stay in there as long as the water's flowing, and I do change out that water. Just because it's in that system and you're oxygenating the water does not mean that the water is good forever. I still change that water every week and a half, just to flush out the old nutrients, any byproducts from the plant, any byproducts from the media. So yeah, I still change that water out. That's something that you still have to do. It's not like a set it and forget it system. That's just the bubbler system is just to help improve the oxygen in the water, not completely give you a whole ecosystem where you're gonna get good water all the time from it. So that's that one. That one's ready to go. They'll still be sitting in about an inch or two of water. Let's go to the Equigenera one, the Schlimmii, or Schlimmy. I'm really happy with this one. It has new roots. It has tons of new growths pushing now. The one new growth that was in here that seems stalled is actually extending. So I'm really happy with this one, actually. I mean, once again, this is not a brilliant root system, but we have branching roots here, new root tips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 new growths now on here. Like I said, this growth here was stalled, Now it seems to be pushing. It has a new leaf coming up. So yeah, happy. It's coming along. All these roots are, this one may be a little bit nasty, but for the most part, all these roots are still, that one's a little bit funky, but they're still hard, the majority. Whether they're living or not, I don't know. As you can see, this one I would have never thought was really living, but now it has a new tip branched out on it. So all I'm concerned about really is the new roots. Whether or not these old ones branch or fail, I'm not concerned about. I just want to keep my new roots alive. So let's get this back in the pot. It's getting, this is not from nutrition or nothing like that. This is an old fan. This looks like it's the oldest fan probably, and it's just time to die. These things have this cycle where as the new growths come up, the older ones just simply start to deteriorate. I don't know. I was watching Rick today. He was talking about Phalaenopsis, how they, how people say that's, the Phalaenopsis only keeps a certain amount of leaves and this and that, and we see some with a lot of leaves. So I don't think this is a nutritional issue. I just think it's more the life cycle of the plant. Whereas Phalaenopsis, I do believe, have the potential to stay with their leaves if they have the proper nutrition, like Rick was saying. They don't need to reabsorb the nutrition from the old leaves. But these plants, I've noticed all phrags kind of, once the old fans have bloomed and spiked, it's basically the purpose of that fan is over. So the plant doesn't really need to sustain it anymore. It's just a waste of nutrition. So this one's done, ready to go. Happy with the results with that. We'll see. I'll continue to monitor these, just to make sure that this root system does stay viable, since it is going from pretty much 100% water to now less water. But it should be completely fine. I'll show you the Green Hornet. Now this one I had in the system, took it out because it started pushing roots really good. And then just because of space, I had put it back in the system, and as you can see, the roots are perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm actually not going to disturb this one. This one's in the pot that I wanted in, so I'm happy with that. But yeah, I'll do a overview once I'm done repotting everything, just to show you the flowers. Here is the Bessier cross with the Dale. I don't know how to say that one. Delesandro. I don't. Delesandro. I'm not sure, but it's a frag jersey. Bessier chili pepper by Delesandro. Okay. I don't know, brain fart, I guess. Fairly decent system. It's got a new growth coming up on the back of the plant also. This one's pushing along good. So we'll have 2 fans hopefully coming up and replacing this one, and then hopefully each of those will give me some new growth. So this one is on its way. I'll put a Oh, this one I want to change out. It has no holes. Okay. All right. Sorry, I know this is noisy with this rock media and the camera's so close. Me tapping and banging. Sorry, guys. All right. So happy with that. This, I'm not sure about this plant, but I think this is a variegated form because it has a slight variegation on these leaves, it looks like, which is a nice little touch or detail. One I'm actually kind of looking forward to see too is this Lutz, which isn't a brilliant success story either, but we'll see what happens since the flower spike, I cut it to see if it will start putting some of that energy back down into the plant. Not necessarily, and not necessarily to say energy, but more focus of, okay, I don't need to flower anymore. Let's do something different. That's where we need to. I guess I need to clarify that a little bit. It just helped the plant to say, okay, flower system didn't work. I didn't get a seed pod. I guess I got to put this nutrition somewhere else to sustain life. Well, I don't see any new tips, so we'll see what happens. I'll continue to monitor it. I don't know what that is. I mean, it looks like there's a new growth here coming in and something starting here. I'm not sure what it is. There's a few roots on here that are still okay. If I'm out of focus, sorry guys. Let me see. Yeah. So this one I'll continue to watch and see what's going on. We might have to do something, might have to put that back in the bubbler system or try something else. It might like a little bit of a drier mix too. There are some phrags that like a little bit drier of a mix. This one I'll probably add a lot more of the chunkier stuff to it. This could also need a different pH. I'll probably look this up a little bit, but this is a Bassier and Bosserianum cross. So it's kind of weird because my one Bassier here is doing fairly well, but this one, maybe this, I need to look up the Bosserianum to see what that likes. Maybe there's something with that one that's giving this a different type of growing condition. Okay. Just top it back off with the moss. Oh, let's look at this Sorcerer's Apprentice. This was the one from Hawaii that actually did have a fairly good root system. Actually an excellent root system. But because they were growing in a really super airy mix, and I wasn't sure if I would be able to mimic what the conditions that they had it. I just put it in something that I was familiar with, got it going, and as you can see, the roots didn't die. They're still nice and light in color. Do I have any growing tips? Actually, not as of yet. Actually, yeah, I'm sorry, I do. I have some branching here, and I have some down at the root, the base of the plant. But we'll see what happens. Should push on well still. It's actually opened up one of its first flowers. So, and I so much regret I did not save this vendor's information on eBay. So I'm trying to find, and I already gave the plant a review and deleted my history. So I'm really trying to find who I got this from, because I was really happy with the condition of the plant and just the price and the shipping and everything. I was 100% happy. I wonder if it's in my unboxing. I'll have to look. Because I really do want to find out where I got this one from, just in case I like to check up on the vendors and see what they have. Alright, that's done. And then this is for this big one. This is the longifolium, which is a multifloral. I know I had said in one of my videos, I don't know why. I know that there's multifloral phrags, but I had said I have to talk to Ed and see if there's such a thing as a multifloral frag. I know that. That's why I bought the Sorcerer's Apprentice, because I know it's a multifloral, and I just love the branching and the just the habit of the growth with the flower spikes on that one. So I knew it. I just was having a brain fart. But this one has some branching tips, but like I said, it has a few new growths coming too at the base. They'll be pushing out their own root system. I'm not too worried about it. Right now it's focused on holding. It's got 4 flowers fully open, 1 coming, and 2 buds forming. So it's really focused on other things besides its roots, which seems kind of crazy because you would think that it would want some root system too, but I guess not. So just mixing this. I'll put a layer in the bottom of the pot too. Well, this is another plant that I would really recommend for flowers. It's the longifolium, or the longifolium black as night by Sib. It's putting on a nice show. I might actually top this one off with a little bit of bark on the top part of its substrate, just to have a little release of the tannic acids whenever I water it, so it's not sitting in that type of media. I do have a little bit of bark in here, but not a super large amount, but I might just put a little bit more on the top just to help facilitate releasing some tannic acid into the media. take these, and then we're done. Then I'll give you a quick little view of what's going on with them, and we'll put them away then. Got those out of the way. Let me bring you up here now. Here's the Eric Young. It's pushing its bud, so we'll see what happens. It had some root growth you've seen on that one. Like I said, the only ones that are really struggling are the lutes here and the kabachi, I believe. So out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plants, we have almost I say 70, 80% success rate, 75% success rate with the bubbler system. It's not foolproof, obviously, but it's just that extra little help that it could be giving to your plant. But anyways, so here's this black as longifolium. Black as night. It has the 2 there, the 2 down here, and the buds coming. And then the green hornet is just still going. I don't know, this spike is getting really dangly. I'm thinking I might just cut that off just to keep the plant a little bit more compact, but I don't know, I'm kind of interested to see how long it's going to actually really go. And then we have the Sorcerer's Apprentice, which I'm actually thinking about maybe crossing with something. That's kind of why I got these. I want to have a little experiment and see if I can cross them and get some seed pods and things like that. I'm not trying to become a breeder or nothing or anything or a renowned person like that really, but I just want to have my little fun, see what I can do. So that's the frag update. It's kind of long, sorry about that. Once again, you know the drill for YouTube. Like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good jazz, and let me know what's going on. I guess until next time, I'll talk to you guys later, hopefully with some new stuff. Should be doing another Phalaenopsis update just to show you there's buds blooming and are opening, so we'll get to that hopefully maybe tomorrow. Alright guys, I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.